All right, good morning everyone. Hope you guys are having a great time, and you are having a good morning where you are. I hope you're ready to analyze these charts. This is Dan here at Dan's Code Traders Hub. I hope you guys are having the blast where you are. Hopefully you made money yesterday. Referring to our yesterday but one's analysis. Apologies, yesterday I had some field work I was doing, so I was unable to handle this live stream as we had intended to do. As always, you know that. So my apologies to you guys for not being around. But today we can check the charts and see actually if what we analyzed on Wednesday, no, on Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, so on Tuesday, if we were to analyze on Tuesday, actually did go as was planned. So we're going to start with crash 500, and those who normally follow up and actually do the same exact analysis on their own charts, I believe you made money on crash 500. Yes, because that very day what we waited for, what we were waiting for on that day was this retracement level there, and your stop loss, those who had entered here when it started to test, those you would have put your stop loss on that very level there. So clearly you can see that price actually reached our TP. The retest that we talked about, breakout, perfect breakout, and then retest there. Yeah, you guys should have made that money. Let me check if I made my entries. Yes, I had my entry there immediately when it started to, actually I had entered there on H1, then it started to go back in inside there, and for some reason I thought it was going actually to come and take me out of my stop loss, but later on it started to sell as it was intended to do so. Of course my profit was here, but I had to keep on trailing my stop losses into profit. So it later on came and took me out here and continued here. It had yesterday it first had that consolidation. First had that small consolidation, almost half of the day, more than half of the day. Then the last quarter of the day, it pushed and reached our TP level. Those who can see this was like a last quarter of the day. It pushed and went all the way to our take profit level. Let me check if you actually made money here on this chart yesterday. Please go ahead and let's hear from you. And if you can tell us how much you even made if you want to. But if you made money still and you don't want to disclose the information, you can tell us. Yeah, actually I made money on Crash yesterday, even the other day, Tuesday. So we'll be grateful for that. But otherwise, let's check what are we doing today. Now that we reached that level, it's a support level on H1. It's a support level on H1. If you're looking at if you go ahead and go on the left, you'll see that it is a support level that has been reached on H1. And if that's the case, let's look at H4, what it is showing us. Of course, we are taking advantage of this exact move that brought us into that consolidation. Is the same move that brought us to the TP level there. So hopefully I should even stop using this, because now everyone that attends here, I believe so, has already started to understand how I do this and how I measure my TP levels. Right now it should not be a problem. Rather, you guys should be paying, you should be making some money and buying me breakfast one of these days. So because clearly you can see that was point on and the TP was hit exactly how we had anticipated. So right now this is H4. I can delete that, not needed now. This is what fair value gap has been mitigated, it's no longer needed. Now that we know that is no longer needed, what is this here? This, oh, I think it was a reference, just can be taken out. Now I want to go to H daily and see what we have. Okay, daily we are selling strongly because we reached that order block like how we had intended. Those who have been following with us, this kind of asset, the Crash 500, you know, we've been waiting for that kind of move. And according to daily, let me show you something interesting. According to daily, we've seen now the breakout there. This is H4, but now if I go to daily, you will see that that was a double top that has been made, and now the sales started stroking. It's not going to be broken just like that. We are now going to anticipate consolidation or a ranging market because of this support, and then because on the daily time frame we are supposed to be selling. So there's going to be rejection from the sales, coming from the sales because of the support level, and also rejection from the buys coming from the selling trend or the downtrend that we've started on the daily time frame. So that means few liquidity is going to be seen on this very asset, just a little, and that will cause us to see a ranging market until there's some probably some reaction. This liquidity was taken out by this level here, but we could anticipate probably a grab there on that order block, because that is an order block that gave us this fair value gap here. It's an order block that gave us this kind of fair value gap. Although we see it was mitigated twice, it has been reached there. This level here and that level there, they have touched that fair value gap, but we never reached 50%. So now that we've mitigated it, we may actually reach it and even exceed it and come to that order block that gave us that fair value gap before we can see sales come to break the what? To break the this OB on H1. So that's what I can for now look at. So all I'm looking at here is going to be a consolidation. So for now I can't even draw my trend lines. Probably on M15 I could. Let me check on M15. M15 I can actually. So if I have that on M15, that means I can even have this, which will imply something of sort, something like a pennant, something like a pennant in formations. We can't conclude now that it is a pennant until we have more points plotted there. Yeah, but the more highs and lows are evident. Until we have them, we can't conclude that it's a pennant. But if it ends up being a pennant, then we will know that we will continue breaking up down. But remember, always, I always tell you this countless times now, I believe so, manipulation there. This will be like a manipulation trade before, after consolidation, or call it after accumulation of market or price there in this very consolidation area, which may turn out to be a pennant. Then you have a manipulation, then later on a distribution to continue into the intended direction, which is a sell according to the daily, and I believe so even on H4. Yes, exactly. Why? CCI is confirming with that. Their daily is confirming also sells there. So that's why we'll be looking for sells. Hopefully that is clear and we are ready for this kind of trade right away. All right, I want to now leave that at that. No entries. I will not look for buys to take me up, but I can look for sells when it gets up there on the trend line, and I be range trading within this kind of pattern. That is if it starts to react on this level. There's a possibility of it going for a manipulation there, so you want to be cautious of any trades you take within this level here. My advice is just wait. You can just wait for price to do that manipulation. Yeah, I can now delete this so that we can leave out the confusion. I leave the order block there. We know that in between here we have a fair value gap, so if it comes to there, then you know that it has reached 50% of the fair value gap, and then it has decided to go for the sells. But there's more chances of it exceeding the fair value gap and it goes to the order block, which is H1 order block there. All right, I think I've talked much on that asset. Hopefully you guys will have some entries today or tomorrow, whichever, whenever it gives us a spot to actually make the entry. Yeah, good morning, Patrick. Yeah, Patrick says crash 500 was spot on. Thanks, Desmond. Good morning, Levy. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Now let's jump to boom 1,000. Boom 1,000. Boom 1,000. Just first change this. So boom 1,000, from where we can see this, we reached that resistance level, and even this, it was spot on. I hope you guys took this. I don't know, I don't remember if I even made another entry, because what I wanted here never happened. The pullback to grab liquidity here never happened, so I never made an entry. I don't know if I missed it on H1. The pullback was not enough to what I wanted on H1, so I missed that entry there to take me back there. But the initial analysis way from down below here, when it presented this opportunity to us, that's where we had anticipated the profits, and you can see the arrow is still there. Even those who missed previous analysis, please go ahead and you can go back to the YouTube channel, go to the live section, and you'll be seeing those live streams that we've so far had. By the way, I want to congratulate everyone who has been a regular attendee to this. We are now we've even went ahead, exceeded a month. So far we are in episode 33. That is 1 month and 2 days, or call it 3 days if you want to calculate a month at 30 days. Yeah, so congrats to everyone. We are at episode 33. So let's get back to business. As I was saying, if you missed those sessions, you can go back and check and look at how we've been following these assets. You can even go back to as far as episode 1 and look at how we've been dealing with such assets and how we've been following them closely and making money on them, even on live streams here. So this one currently, it was presenting to us a sell, and for some reason it reacted there. That reaction there, I'm not surprised at it, because it may end up, this is the scenario that we may see. We may see this, and of course once it does that, then you'll be knowing that is a double top. Once you understand it's a double top, then this will be your neckline there. Once you have your neckline, you will wait for this kind of move. You will wait for this kind of move. But of course, as usual, our game plan, or how we trade, is always retest. You wait for a retracement to reach that level there, and you have a clean risk-free entry once it has finished to retest. Your stop loss can be as low as this level once it has finished to retest. You understand? And you can have like a 10x, even more, or a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 10 even with this kind of trade. This is H4, meaning you can have those who love swinging. This could be a trade that you can have a 1 to 10 or even more, depending on your entry. Yeah, but this is always our entry level there if it gives us this. So we still have a long way to reach here. We still need this market to come here. If there is low liquidity, I mean if there is low momentum, that's going to happen. Why are we anticipating this move to come down here? Because we are on the resistance level. But remember, this, if we don't look on the left, we won't understand why we reacted from this level at first. So we can go to daily and actually try to understand if we had a resistance level on that end. Let me get my horizontal line, put it here, and once I have it, I can go to the left, try to see if we had a resistance. Oh, wait a minute, my chart stops there. Means we don't have enough data to actually support the continuation of the buy, or even support the reversal. So it means we have to wait for the market to decide. We have to wait for the market to decide. According to weekly, that is a break of structure that we are seeing. According to weekly, that's a break of structure. That means buys are continuing according to weekly, because even CCI is showing us the same thing, that we are trying to continue with the buys. We've been seeing higher highs and higher lows, higher highs there and higher low and now it's trying to look for a new higher high because it has broken structure there. So it's evident that in as much as we want sells, weekly is on for buys because of the structure. We've been buying. This is an uptrend. Those who know how to anticipate, those who know how to determine an uptrend, you can tell that is an uptrend because of the highs and lows that have been presented there. So I had an entry there. I think early this morning. I had not read the data on weekly because I was using the phone. So now that I've seen the data, it means chances are likely to reach my stop loss there and be taken out. There's that chance because of the weekly data that we've just seen, higher highs and higher lows. Even though on the daily we see we haven't broken structure on the daily. I mean on H4 on the daily we broke structure there. We return to it, but now we return to retest it. So that means now we are trying to look for a new higher high on the daily also, because this is a new previous higher high. This was the high that was broken at first, and then it was retested back here and actually there. So right here we will be looking for buys according to daily. Although H4, when we come to H4 structure, we haven't seen any break of structure. This was a break of structure here. This was a break of structure, and it was retested back to on that level there. You can see price came back to that level, so it was grabbing liquidity on that level there. So once we understand that, then we can know that there's more liquidity which was left back here. If we are using H4, this is liquidity that was left back, and there is a support level there which has been now tested. It has been now tested. So I'm looking at some more liquidity for it to push and actually break this level. So if price happens to go forth, because CCI is still showing me that I need some buys to actually come around this oversold level. I haven't seen that, but buyers are trying to push. They are strong actually because of that this current candle, H4 candle. So if the next candle doesn't sell, then and it breaks out, we will wait for a retest on the outside there, and then we come in for buys. But higher chances are we're going to see a retest because of the liquidity left back. Actually, it's not higher chances, it's 50-50 here. But what matters is to follow the market. Whatever it presents you, you follow it. We are not going to gamble and make entries now. Of course, I made a mistake there before reading weekly, so that is not bad. I'm going to suffer that loss if it goes back for that. But from the analysis I was seeing by then, when I made this entry, if it follows it, then before the day ends, I'll be in money. I'll be in big money on Boom 1000. I'll be in big money. Even if it comes back here only, I can take my profits, because that will be big money. This is H4, just a movement from here to this neckline here. It's enough to move out and even hit my target of the day, because this is H4. That is big money here. Only this move alone here, it's big money. So I will wait. I'm not going to shift my stop losses. I'm not going to close it because of two reasons: the support, I mean the resistance level there, and what I'm seeing on CCI. Those are the reasons I'm not going to close my trade for now. I will wait and see what and next H4 presents. If it takes me out, I will suffer the losses and call it a day. I will not enter any trades. I will have hit my daily drawdown, so I will not be making any entries at all. Right now, I want us now to shift to another asset, which is a Boom 500. Boom 500. I didn't tell you that if it happens to start going into sales, just like the way we are looking for, then you need to wait for the entry on the neckline. That is it. Entries is always on the neckline. The reason I love to enter way faster than anyone is I always want to get a sniper entry, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. If I miss out on a certain data that I was supposed to read and I fail, that's most of the reasons. That's the most reason that normally holds me to make sniper entries. But if I do an intensive entry, this entry I made it on the phone, so that's why I said that. All right, let's head over to Boom 500 and look at what is happening. All right, yeah, that move was anticipated. We had that resistance trend line drawn. It's the second time reaching that level, so it's now like a strong resistance level there. It was a fair value gap, so now we know that we are selling. But before you make your sell entries, this is H4. Let me first delete some of these so that I can make the chart a bit presentable. Delete all that. We've been following this. I think we've made some money on this asset. Let's check. Yeah, that buy there, we took it. We took that buy. It hit profit spot on. Those who remember that trade, it hit profit spot on. And let's see, go to H1. That was the buy. This was another short buy that I took out immediately once I saw some reaction, I think on M15. I think I put my profits into my stop losses into profits there. So yeah, this one we are still following it, and now that it has reached that level, I want to show you something. Daily we are selling. It's a strong sell, that's why we are moving with the sell. Weekly we are selling. Daily we are selling. H4 we are looking at selling, but now I can't advise you to sell because of what I say. According to H4, we may see something like that and then later on sell. So don't rush into sales right now. I'm going to explain it in a few. Because of H4, what I've seen on CCI, we haven't reached oversold. That's one of my other point I normally wait for, but I'm not saying it's not. You can't sell it right now. I'm advising you not to sell it because of that. Then H1, we haven't seen a substantial pullback, so like I've always said, don't make an entry. My kind of trading, and today morning some guys were actually having a discussion on the group about such things. But my kind of trading is I always love waiting for a pullback and then I make my clean entries. So that's a level that I anticipate a pullback. Both on H1 and H4. M15, it has now gone. It has already gone. And clearly this is an imbalance in the market that you're seeing here. That is an imbalance there, and we've reached that imbalance level, which now clearly tells me I need to actually start to think twice. It's heading over to 0% on M15, which is our retracement level. So as it heads there, you can anticipate a pullback right around those levels. This would be the last order block, and this could be our entry level there. that could be our entry level for the sales. So for now, it's a no-go. I don't want to be caught on the wrong side on this asset. It's a harsh asset, if I may use that word. If it gets you, it punishes you strongly. So I don't want to be caught wrong. I rather wait, even if it means 1 day or 2 days to get a clean trade. I rather wait. So that is what I'll be looking for. I will leave it at H1 and now head over to another asset. Forgive me, I forgot to change. That was boom 500. So now we are heading to volatility, vol 25 1s, vol 25 1s. So this is volatility 25 1s. Right, so our analysis was never actually, it followed the H1 and broke structure, it broke structure. We were on that support level for so long, we didn't even have this move. I got this move on my other account. This move here, this was a consolidation. I'd forgotten about this trade. This was a consolidation here, and I saw it on the phone. Actually, I was using the phone. I never shared this move. I saw it on the phone here. So this was the move here. Those who want can actually look for this move. This move is still going on. All this is the move that is still going on. This move here. So we haven't reached, we may have reached, actually, looking at this level here, we actually reached a TP level, so we can delete that now. But that was the move. So on this, I don't think I took this trade on this account. I may have even made a loss. Oh, I made it. Was this? No. This is not. This is showing that my stop loss was taken. The other account, on the other hand, I saw it on the phone and I took it. I wish I could share my phone. You would have seen it. This one I had entered long time before this consolidation had taken place. But then on the phone, once I saw that it was giving me that kind of flag consolidation, I knew continuation was happening. So I knew that this support had nothing to do at all, because price will eventually follow this very move, and it exactly did that. So I don't know if anyone took the trade, was able to see it, but because I never shared it on the phone, I had to see it on the phone. Was it? Let me see. It was actually yesterday. As I was in field, I was using the phone, so that's when I made an entry there. Around, I think I made an entry before I slept on the other day, because this chart is not in our local time frame, so around that area is where I made my entries. Alright, so today what are we looking at? First, go to daily and look at the left. We have a support level on H4 there, and we've reached it. So if we have a support level and we've reached it, we clearly know that that has been tested, meaning it's now a strong support. It's somehow sort of strong, and but we can't just say we've started buying only for one touch on H4. You guys know how we always want to enter our trades, to have a pullback some of sort, so we can enter our trades. We missed that entry. We should have had our buy limits around there. So right now I can add a buy limit. I need to first change my lot size. This is, I put 0.005 and I put my buy limits here. If it comes back, then it will activate them. If it doesn't, then I'm okay. On the other hand, on daily, we are still looking for buys. So this was a pullback, and actually actually the reason why we were looking for buys is because we had seen this consolidation. It was some sort of a channel that was there, so he decided to grab liquidity here. So now it's heading back to the buys, and it will be taking us there. So that was the initial analysis. So now that we know that, we are going to first clean our chart here, and then I show you something. Yes, I think it is clean. That too. Yeah. So let me show you something. This was a channel on H4 there. This was the range. The lows are down here, the highs are up there. So that was a channel. So we are looking for this exact trade that brought us into that channel. This exact trade. That will be the second TP there. Once we break out, let me see. Once we break out there, this will be like the second TP level. You can even put it here. That will be your TP level up there. Up there, that will be your TP there, the second TP. But then we have our first TP here. We have our first TP there. That will be your first TP there, around that area there. So you can choose to have them, and clearly the first TP is on the fair value gap. That's the first TP level there. It is in the fair value gap. So you will understand there, you may find some reaction in that fair value gap. So hence, that's why we have our first TP there, but it is calculated from this move here to there. Yeah. All right. Now for me to enter buys, I will wait, but looking at what I have, I may not see the retracement. Why? Because the general trend is a buy according to daily and even H4. Now that the only reason we saw this sell is we are pushing for this price to reach oversold and to grab liquidity on that order block, and it did so. So those were the levels we have drawn for liquidity pool. This, that, and that. So let's check according to our CCI. According to our fib, and see which level. Yeah, the first level there was a good one. Yeah, that's why it pulled. It has even a fair value gap there. So that's the level on the daily or on H4 that it decided to grab liquidity from. So all these are no longer necessary. It has chosen to go for that. Now we only have to wait, and it presents us with an opportunity to make our entries. Right now, I can't advise anyone to make an entry unless I see a pullback either on H1 or on H4. So I will wait until that happens, because now we'll be looking for buys, and you can swing it all the way up. Like we've said, we have to TP levels. The other one is there. We have 2 TP levels. So I'll leave that at H1. I'll leave this chart at H1 and wait for something to present itself. Let me first delete this feed now. No, we don't need it. So now go back to H1. That is it. Let's head over to V2075. Change 75. That is rushing. V75. V75. Did I take that trade? I think I did. Let me check. I missed that trade. No, I did it on the other account. because of that. That was a flag there. A short consolidation, boom, it came there. And why did I have my TP there? It's because of this exact move, this move here. It's the reason why I had my TP there, and it was easily hit like that, just like that. So now, wow. So now, what are we seeing? We broke structure on the weekly, I believe so. Yeah, we broke structure on the weekly, and that is something that we didn't have much thought about. So if we broke structure on the weekly, we first go to the left. We first go to the left and check it properly. So that was the last low there on the weekly. You can see we can't stretch more than that. This is the only data we have, and this was when this was 2019. This is the last time we were this low, and we've broken that very low. We've broken that very low, meaning we've broken structure. We have broken structure. We have broken structure. So now we know what to do. We now wait for a retracement. That's the only thing. If this week closes when it has broken structure there, then we know that we are going to have a retracement. If the retracement doesn't go back inside this level here above it's now a resistance level because we've broken structure, and we haven't confirmed before the retest. So if the retest doesn't go back above that support, that means we will have sales to continue. Although on the other hand, our price still, according to CCI, price is still showing us that we are supposed to be looking for buys, but we've been on this level for excuse me, for so long. So what do? We wait. So this is a no-go for me, and not until I see something substantial to actually that I can capitalize on and get an opportunity to have an entry. So right here, if I can go to M15, yeah, that is the kind of structure that I have. I can choose to have this as my order block there on M15 and just leave it there and wait. This may turn out to be a buy very soon to take me probably back here for the first time. I mean, at first, before we can see it actually continue all the way up for the retest that we are looking for. So I will leave it at M15 for now, because the higher time frame is all tricky. I can look for scalping for this kind of trade up there if it presents itself. So all I will do is I wait for my price to be above my 10 MA. Somehow H1, somehow minute 1 or M1 is confirming that. Let me check M5. M5 is not yet. So if I find a confirmation on M5, I will actually be looking for my entries there. That would be a scalping trade. I won't even spend 20 or 30 minutes. I'll be looking at 10, 15 minutes and the amount of the trade. This will be a scalping opportunity here. We are not going to look for swing trades here until they are presented to us around H1 and H4. That's how we're looking for our swing trades like that there. Alright, now I want to leave it at M5 and head over to another asset, which is V50. What did we talk about V50? Let's go to H1. We had that, respected that, then started to buy, came here, reacted to that level there, and went for that buy. I don't know if we took that buy there. Let me check. No, I missed the buy there. This was actually night, during the night there when this happened. So let me see. This is around 5 a.m. It's around 5 a.m. Yeah, this is around 5 a.m. plus 3. That is around plus 3. That is around 7. That is around 7 a.m. Yeah, so all this happened around morning hours or night hours, all this move. So we missed that move, but that was the anticipation. Those who took it, I'm not sure, because yesterday I didn't trade. I didn't make any entries. The only entry I made was for I think boom 500 or boom or V75, that move that I showed you. So but for V50 I didn't even bother to check it because I was not having the analysis that I had previously made. So now this move came here, and this analysis here, I was making it actually last night, I think, when I returned. So this is a liquidity grab, which is a manipulation. Looking at where we are on H1, we've reached oversold, which tells me what is happening here of some sort, to a certain level, to a certain percentage. Now I choose to go to H4. On H4 it tells me something different, that I need to be looking for buys. Yet on H1 I may be looking for the trade to take me there. So what do? I go to daily, and daily also says sells, so meaning H1 is a no-go for the buys. We should be now looking for sells. Now that I understand that, I delete all this that was never taken, never considered. Delete all that, delete all this, and now I can try to delete it. No, just leave it for now. Let's move, just to leave it. Alright, so H1 we were looking for buys, we reached oversold. H4 we are looking for sales. On the other hand, even though CCI is showing us sales, I want to somehow follow price action, and my price action here tells me I had a break of structure there, and that was a break of structure even there, and this was a break of structure there. So it clearly shows me that I've been buying. So if I've been buying, I can't just continue to sell just like that before I have a retest to fail to try to give me a new higher high up there. So that means I'm going to be looking for buys. Yeah, so now I can conclude like that, that from this very level I'm going to look for buys to take me probably that level, or even exceed me if it gets high momentum and it exceeds and makes a new higher high there. So for now I will try to look for buys to take me right about there on the last order block. So delete that. So I'll be looking for something like that for now. Something like that. Yeah. Now let's head over to daily. Something important I've seen. We came from this support level. We never see a manipulation there. We immediately started to head over to the buys. After reaching this support level, immediately we started to go for the buys on the daily. Now when we reached there, we had that untested order block, that is which has now been tested, and somehow it is almost confirming that it is a resistance level. But then we had that fake breakout, which now shows that this level is a strong resistance level. Now if that's the case, that tells us that sales are coming. Sales are coming because we see that fake breakout there, and it only gives us wicks there. It only gives us wicks. It shows that that is a strong resistance level. So before we can think of selling, buying again, we may have to anticipate this kind of move here that we are looking at to bring us here or back to this level that we are looking for, this order block, because it has not been touched yet. It tried to touch it here, but it failed. Somehow it just touched it. So we may look at that or this level here to be our next move on the sales. So now that I have that, that is a conclusive idea. That means this move is ideal to happen. This buy move, then later on we'll be looking for something like that. Yeah, I think now I want to submit my analysis like that. So I will wait. There's a possibility of it continuing to sell if there's no retracement, but then if it breaks this level here, we will see a change of character. For now we can't tell because the low has not been broken yet. So until this level is broken, we can never see this change of the change of character to continue selling. So until this level is broken, we are still looking for buys on H4. I hope that is clear. Now I submit my analysis and allow me to head over to jump 25. Do you guys have a question? Let me check. Not really. So I will now head over to jump 25. Jump 25. If I have jump 25 here, when did we last check this? The last check was that move there, and it came actually to it. That was where the arrow is. We wanted to see this retest after the break of this level, so it happened. I don't know why I never entered it. Did I enter it? Let me check. Not really, I didn't enter it, so I missed that. So the retest happened here on H1. This was a retest area there. Then buys started, and you can clearly see that it hit TP. I want to understand why I put my TP there. I think it was because of this kind of move, either this move or this move, I don't remember, but yeah, that's where the TP level was, and clearly you can see it was hit yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, it was hit yesterday, and now we are consolidating according to H1. Why? Because we reached that support. We reached that resistance level on the daily. It's a lot of things that are happening here. So there's a lot of resistance levels here. We reached one weekly level, the weekly resistance level, and we've already reached 50%. That calls us to get into consolidation or sales. Now daily time frame, we've reached its order block, or its resistance level there. Up there you can see, and it has given us a fake breakout. So for the current that is ongoing, it is kind of somehow showing us sales coming back inside, which will reflect us fake breakout. But the day hasn't ended, so we can't tell if it is a fake breakout or not until the day ends. That is now number 2. Number 3, on H4, we clearly see that we had a breakout there on that level, and now we are trying to see some pullback. Although we see that price hasn't reached overbought according to CCI, we don't see that. That means this kind of move is evident before we see this. So I won't be doing what? I won't be trading this for now. I think I will just leave it to mature. I'm looking at that consolidation happening there. So I will just probably use my trend line and get to understand there what is happening on that. That is my resistance trend line there, and somehow I'm having an expanding kind of maybe I may have to go all that far. I can use these previous ones and then do it like that, and now I can bring this here, and I have that there. So I know that this low gave me that high, and then came here, that high gave me this low, like that. So I know that I can easily even trade right now, move my trade in between this range, take it up there, move out and wait for a sell, take it down there until there's a breakout, and which we are looking at a certain breakout to the sells. So far where we are, it's the most ideal that we may anticipate, but you have to remember that anything can happen in the market, because weekly we are looking for buys. So you have to understand anything can happen. Even daily we are looking for buys, and the retest candle on the daily hasn't closed because the day hasn't ended, and it started as a retest candle there on the daily. You cannot see it because of my arrows, but you had already seen it. So anything can happen, so you need to be ready for things to change. So as for now, I want to leave this in M15, and once it is in M15, this is jump 25. I want to make my entry here, short entry, and I'll put my tight stop loss. I'm going to use 0.1 and make my buy entry there. I'm going to wait for the retest to be done, and I'll put my stop loss just there. I'll be looking for my profits around that area there, because I'm trying to make entries within the range. So I'll be looking at that. That is a 1 to 3.5 there. Yeah, 1 to 3.5. That is where I'll put my target there. Where is my stop loss? Stop loss is here. Why is it going there? Yeah, that is my stop loss there. I'll be looking for that kind of trade to take me there and take my profits and call it a day. That is jump 25. You guys have seen the reason I've entered it, and now it's a matter of waiting for my profits, of course, as I trail my SL into profits. Yeah, now jump 10 lastly is our jump 10. Jump 10, let's check. When did we last check it? H1, and first start on daily we were looking for, let's go to H1. That move there, did we take it? That was on Tuesday. Yeah, we took it and made some money there. I took that also short entry, took my SLs and profits again there, and then I don't know what I was into, and I made this kind of big loss. This was a big loss. I don't know how it came to. I want to understand it because that shows that I was buying there. I want to understand why I had put my buys there. What had I missed? Let me check. What did I miss? Why did I look for buys yet H4 was oh, it was, maybe it was the buy limits that I had forgotten to close, because clearly H4 was showing sells. So I don't know why I'm seeing losses on this, on that move as buys. I was looking for buys here. I'm not understanding why I made those entries. Oh yes, I remembered. I was looking for buys within the range because this is a support trend line. That means I had not put my stop losses. I remembered because I was not online yesterday most of the time, so I remembered to close when it was late, when I returned yesterday night. Wow, I was in big losses. That's what I remember. This is the move that I was looking for within the trade, the range, and I never put, I don't know why I forgot to put my stop loss around that area, because they are supposed to be tight. Actually not that area, around this area, because they are supposed to be tight stop losses, and I messed up just like that. So this week I'll be looking at recovering this kind of loss. Yeah, so let's now get into it. This was my bad. Wow. I entered on this very level and I forgot to later on check and put my stop losses. Wow. Okay, so it's a big loss that I need to handle. Now that has happened, let's now focus to what is ahead. Right now, all I want right now is to get a trade that will actually give me some kind of entry. Now if I look at that, that is an expanding, if you can see it, it may be an expanding rising wedge. Yeah, I think those who know patterns, you can confirm with me there. Now if we see that, then we know that there is this kind of move that is evident to happen, and also this kind of move. So we have two moves that are evident to happen when we see a breakout. When we see a breakout probably on that level, and also another breakout, another TP level there. So we have two evident scenarios that may happen because we are having a rising wedge. So looking at daily, this is daily, we are looking for retracement. So the retracement may not go all this far. We may see actually this being the move to just come back here, to just come back to this level, and later on head back into sales, and into buys again, because you can clearly see on CCI we are still looking for this kind of move after retracement. Yeah, so I can delete that. Now I will want to close this, leave it at this level, go to H4, look at H4. H4 is saying you may be looking for buys, but I don't want to do that. Yes, of course you can trade within the range there, but I won't be doing that. Even though the general trend is a buy, That's tricky. Let's go to H1. H1 is also somehow showing us buys. So if I go to M15 and I see a confirmation of some buys, something we've seen on M15. Yeah, so something I've seen on M15. This was it's not a falling wedge. It's not something like if you go to H1, it will be like a pennant. So if it is a pennant, then this move is evident. This move is evident to happen, to bring us right there. So I can go to H4 and understand it will be bringing us here. So there is going to be a manipulation to take us right here. So I cannot even afford to think of buys. I can't afford to think of buys right here where I am. Yes, of course there's that support and resistance trend, support trend line there. But then market price normally respects such moves, this move here, because of this being like a pennant. It has to somehow respect that move, because there should be a continuation of the previous trend, and the previous trend is this kind of sell up to here that brought us into consolidation. So I will not enter it unless I have an opportunity to make my entry, but that's where we will eventually see price come to. So we wait and see. So this is a no-go for me. I'm not going to enter it. I will wait for another move that is at least perfect, that I know that I can make either 4x or 3x. So for this, it's a no-go for me. And now that leads us to close our today's session. And before we close, we normally go back and do a recap of where we started from. So I want to go quickly check, see this one hasn't given us what we want. We're looking at that manipulation kind of move, and then later on continue to sell. This is crash 500, boom 1000. Waiting for that price to take me out, and that will confirm that buys are going to continue, and then we'll be waiting for that to happen, and we'll make our entries for buys. If it happens to come down to sells, then of course our entries, those who remember, you need to enter at neckline after retest. Boom 500, the sell has continued there. We didn't see that kind of manipulation to come there, so it has come to this order block, the order block that gave us this fair value gap. Of course here at first it was manipulated, so either this can happen now that we've gone to that before this sell continues. So still it's a no-go for me until I have a retest. I don't make entries without a retest. This is a V25. I have my buy limits here. Why do I have my buy limits here? It's a level I'm looking at to retest before it can continue to buy, because we are looking for buys on all time frames apart from weekly, but daily and H4 we are still looking for buys, and I think even H1. So H1 may give us that kind of retracement we're looking for. Then we start buying on H1, H4 and daily time frame. So I'll leave it at H1 and head over to V75, and V75 we said we may see this kind of move, and this may be a scalping. Now I think I can actually enter. I think I can actually enter my V75 because of what I see on M15. And I'll make my entries. I'll make only 2 entries, put my stop loss just below this order block, just below there. Just put another entry there. Now I have to, I'll be looking at my profit. I'll be looking at my first TP is here, that is a 1, 2, 3 there, good one. The other second TP is on that order block, that is a 1, 2, that is a 1, 2, I think 6 or 5, yeah, around 5, 5.5, yeah. I'll just take it, let me just make it 1 to 5, just there. Yeah, I'll be doing that. That's where I'll be taking my TP levels, and that is it. I will now wait for that to come to pass. I will not go for this big move, but it is evident to happen later on. But I will just first take that because I will anticipate another retracement level, then I can make another move. So these are scalping trades that I've just entered. These are scalping trades. Whether you want to go with me in or not, it's up to you, but I'll be scalping it to that level and take my money. I can even choose to close. I've not entered many. I can enter many, multiple, like 20 entries, and take them once I have my profits, like 5-minute profit, 10-minute profit, and move out. That's how you want to scalp. All right, that is V75. I want now to go to V50. We are looking at the retracement before we can enter for the sales to continue. So I will not be entering again because it hasn't retested. It's actually now heading, has now come to that order block 2, just like what we saw on V25. So I will wait for this kind of move. If it doesn't happen, then I have no business with V50. Jump 25, I will be waiting for the move. I was looking at entry to take us there and then later on continue to sell, but I'm seeing a breakout there. So if the breakout holds, that means I will not have any I will wait just for a retracement back here, and then you can make an entry. But from where I see M15 being, we may see a consolidation or a buy move to take us back inside. So right now I wait. Right now I wait for M15. I wait for M15 to give me something. Lastly, this we've just seen. You may see this kind of move. I've said I won't do any entries at all until I see something good and at a point of interest that I can actually make my entries. So we jump 10 for now. It's a no-go, but we said this move is likely to be seen evident, and that will be the move there to bring us there. All right, I think that's it for today. Hopefully you guys may have ways to make money today. Hopefully you had a good day. I mean, you had a good session, and you were actually following and doing your own analysis on your chart so that you can easily follow them up, not to miss any trades. And of course, don't forget to apply with proper risk management and follow your trading plans if you have them. If you don't, I pity you. I pity you. All right, have a nice day, guys. I think we will be meeting for BTC on tomorrow, which is a Friday, and of course we still have our last session tomorrow, Friday. And of course, as usual, this is still ongoing. Those who want to have mentorship in December. Yeah, let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time. Have a nice day and happy trading.